You know that feeling, right? You fix a problem, you feel great about it, and then a week later, it's back. It's like you're constantly fighting these little fires, but you never actually put out the source. It's exhausting. And it all comes down to this question. Why does this keep happening? We spend so much time and energy coming up with solutions, but if that same old problem just keeps showing up, it's a pretty big sign that we haven't really solved it yet. Okay, so let's get right into it. The reason this happens is that we get stuck fixing the symptom, the thing we can see, instead of the hidden root cause. So sure, you can rush to pay that late vendor invoice, but that doesn't fix the clunky manual process that made it late in the first place. Or you can patch a pothole, but if the road's drainage is terrible, you know another one is just going to pop up after the next big rain. So the big question is, how do we get past these surface-level fixes? Well, there's a really powerful method for digging deeper, for finding the real origin of our problems, and that's what we're going to break down today. This right here, this is the trap. It's the trap we all fall into. It's just human nature, you know? We're wired to react to the thing that's causing us pain right now, without taking a step back to ask the questions that'll lead us to where the problem actually started. The good news is, there's a way out of this cycle. There's a structured technique designed to do exactly this, and it's called root cause analysis, or, RCA for short. So here's the key idea. RCA isn't about dealing with the effects, the late payments, the potholes. It's about being a detective. It's a systematic investigation to find that single point of origin that, if you fix it, the other problems just disappear. Let me put it another way. A good doctor isn't just going to give you a cough drop for a nasty cough and send you on your way, right? No, they're going to figure out why you're coughing. They're looking for the disease, the root cause, because they know if they treat that, the cough will take care of itself. That is exactly what RCA does for our problems at work and in life. And the best part? This isn't some super complex, high-level process. It's actually a pretty straightforward, four-step journey that, honestly, anyone can follow. It just makes sense when you look at it. First, you get super clear on what the problem actually is. Then, you become a detective and you gather your clues, your data. After that, you put it all together to pinpoint the real culprit. And finally, you come up with a solution that targets that specific cause. Simple, logical, and really, really powerful. Let's make this real with that vendor invoice problem. Step 1, you define it. 60% of our invoices take more than 10 days to pay. That's specific. Step 2, you collect data. Turns out invoices just land in an email inbox where anyone can lose track of them. Step 3, you identify the cause. The whole process is manual with way too many handoffs. So for step 4, your recommendation isn't just, hey, pay faster. It's, let's automate the system. See, you're fixing the system that's causing the slowness. Okay, so the steps make sense, but how do you actually find the cause in step 3? Let's look at 2 super simple but incredibly effective techniques you can literally start using today. The first tool is my favorite. It's so simple, it's brilliant. It's called the 5 whys. And the whole idea is that you take a problem and you act like a curious little kid. You just keep asking, why? But why? But why? Until you can't go any deeper. Let's play this out. We'll start with a classic problem. Software projects fail. So we ask our first question. Why? Well, a common answer is because the requirements were unclear. Okay, good start, but that's not the root. So we can't stop there. We got to ask again, why were the requirements unclear? Well, maybe it's because a proper process wasn't followed to gather them. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We're peeling back another layer of the onion. But we keep going. Why wasn't the process followed? And boom, there it is. The team isn't properly trained on it. That is something you can actually fix. If you fix the training, that fixes the process, which helps clarify the requirements, which helps the project succeed. The whole trick is just to be persistent. You just keep asking why until you hit rock bottom, a foundational issue that you can actually solve. When you ask why and the answer is just, well, because, you've probably found it. All right, now for our second tool. This one's more visual and it's fantastic if you're brainstorming with a team. It's called a fishbone diagram, and it basically helps you organize your thoughts so you don't miss anything obvious. The way it works is you put the problem at the head of the fish, and then you brainstorm all the potential causes along these different bones or categories. Is this a people problem, like a training issue? Is our process broken? Do we have the wrong tools for the job? This structure forces you to think broadly, and it keeps you from getting tunnel vision on just one potential cause. And really, that brings us to the whole point of this. Root cause analysis isn't just about finding a cause. It's about making sure you're solving the right problem. This is so important. Because if you have a broken process, throwing a new expensive tool at it is not going to fix anything. If you have a people problem, say a lack of training, rewriting the policy isn't going to help. RCA helps you figure out which bucket your problem actually falls into, so you can apply the right kind of solution and not waste your time and money. Ultimately, it's all about the hunt for that one thing, the one true core issue, the origin point that, once you fix it, all those other annoying symptoms and surface-level problems, they just vanish. And that's the fundamental shift in thinking here. It's about moving from being reactive, constantly running around patching holes, to being proactive, strengthening the foundation so those holes never even show up in the first place. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. That one frustrating problem that just keeps coming back again and again. What do you think you might find if you just took a minute to ask, why? One more time.